State Prosecutor. So, welcome and thank you for joining us here in this turnover of petition for civil forfeiture sa Office of the Solicitor General. So, can we turn this over now? Can you...
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you po.
Kayo nang bahala dyan.
Dapat marami makasuhan na dyan.
So, we will now open the floor for questions from our friends in the media. But before that, please allow me to acknowledge the presence of Congressman Rog Gutierrez, Congressman Paulo Ortega, my co-chair in the Quadcom, Congressman Dan Fernandez, and of course, my co-chair, the chair of the Committee on Public Accounts, Congressman Caraps Paduano. So, we will now entertain questions. You can ask questions. Yes, Tina?
Good morning po, sirs. Sir, can you mention prominent Chinese personalities na involved po dito sa mga documents na turnover po ninyo?
Okay, we will ask the chairman of the Committee on Public Accounts the names of the owners of these properties.
Good morning, everyone. Anyway, during the last year's hearing, lumabas na po yung pangalan ni a certain Eddie Tayang, in which the Bureau of Immigration confirms that Eddie Tayang is a Chinese citizen, with being a passport holder of a Chinese, no, in the person of Jia Jingyang. And he was also involved in the sale of properties for Mexico, the LGU of Mexico, Pampanga, and also involved in the corporation, the Empire 999, the Sunflare. Ayun, Mexico 999 and Empire 999 and Sunflare. Eddie Tayang involved in those corporations in which, well, in fact, he was cited in contempt. I think if my memory serves me right, that was November of last year pa. And until now, he is at large. And having transaction with the LGU of Mexico, Pampanga, particularly during the time of Mayor Tumang.
In addition also to the names mentioned by Congressman Paduano, a certain Willie Ong also have acquired hundreds, based on our records, we have 300 land titles registered under his name. And Mr. Willie Ong has likewise been identified as a Chinese national. So he organized a corporation called Empire 999, and there are also acquisitions under his name. So, yan. And then Tony Yang, the brother of Michael Yang.
Sir, can you give us an estimate kung gaano kalaki yung halaga ng mga properties na nabili ng Chinese nationals?
As of now, we cannot yet, of course, the actual yung worth ng properties, no? But thousands of hectares po ang involved dito. And what is prominent is the corporations, no? That was owned by these Chinese nationals. Yung Empire 999 po, as I've said, Sunflare, at saka Empire 999 and Sunflare po.
In addition to that, para at least medyo klaro, kasi yung Empire 999, Realty Corporation, isang company lang yon. Consider mo yung pinag-uusapan ditong titles, almost 300 titles. Isang corporation. So meaning, marami pa tayong hindi na-discover ng mga corporations that are Chinese pretending to be Filipinos. So yan ang malaking trabaho na dapat nating asikasuhan, especially ang ating pong Solicitor General, na makita itong mga corporation na to, na maraming mga pure Chinese na pretending to be Filipinos and owning and buying properties.
Sir, Just a clarification, Chinese lang po ba? Walang mga Filipino officials na naging kasabwat nila para mabili yung mga property na yan dyan sa isinabit ninyong documents sa Solgen?
Hindi, katulad
Hello.
Ay, ikaw na, brother. Sige. Ikaw na.
As I've said, particularly with the transaction between Eddie Tayang and the sale of property which is worth 79.5 million in Mexico, Pampanga, the person of interest involved here is the former mayor, Mayor Tumang, Tede Tumang. Alam po naman natin na he was already dismissed twice by the Office of the Ombudsman. So, kung Filipino po, lahat na mga properties that was sold to Mexico, Pampanga, kay Mayor Tede Tumang po, at saka yung mga some of the employees, particularly Roy Gomez, no, is involved and until now also at large. And doon po sa sale ng property with regards to the warehouse that where the shabu was discovered, doon po sa Mexico. Ang involved din po dito yung kapatid ni Mayor Tumang at the same time si Mayor Tumang po on the sale of that property with regards to that warehouse. So those are the Filipinos which is in collusion with these Chinese nationals.
Hi.
I think let me emphasize also no na ito sila ay nagpanggap ng mga Pilipino. Gumamit sila ng mga peke at mga spurious na mga dokumento na magpapatunay na sila ay mga Pilipino. Until after we have discovered na sila po ay mga Chinese nationals. Meron din po sila mga ginamit na mga dummies, no? Na mga Filipino, apparently Filipino-Chinese. No, nandyan ho yan sa ating mga listahan. So makikita po natin na ito ay panlilin lang no sa atin no dahil talagang gumamit sila ng mga dokumentong pagpapanggap na sila ay mga Pilipino.
Sir, saka in addition to that, kailangan very critical tayo doon sa PSA, saka doon sa local civil register. Very particular tayo doon. Dahil doon tayo, doon na lang, yun ang ginamit ng mga Chinese. Ang PSA, nag-relax sila doon sa requirements nila para sa birth certificate. Also doon sa mga local civil register. Kaya, yun nga, sana itong ating pong Solicitor General have to look deeper doon sa problem ng PSA sa local civil register.
Sir. Ay.
Of course, we would like to acknowledge also the presence of our overall Vice Chair, Congressman Romy Acop. Good morning, Chairman. Yes, Mela.
Sir, tanong ko lang po, from the side of Office of the Solicitor General, ano pong masasabi nyo dito sa mga itinurn over na dokumento ng Quadcom at moving forward, ano po ba yung magiging proseso nyo rito?
Hindi pa po namin nakikita yung contents ng mga documents turned over to us now, pero may mga listahan po dito sa invitation ng mga honorable chairpersons ng Quadcom. Aaralin po namin to. Pero initially po, eto po kasi yung mga possible na actions that may be filed by the OSG with the coordination of the pertinent government agencies, for example, sa civil forfeiture of the assets acquired of this Chinese through AMLAC, and eto rin for the reversion and or escheat proceedings to recover yung mga fraudulently acquired real estate by this Chinese. Pero eto po, aaralan namin mabuti kung ano yung real status of this lands now, whether or not in the meantime these lands have been transferred to qualified Filipino individuals or entities, in which case, jurisprudentially, the constitutional defect is deemed cured. So, ang kwan lang nito, if the real estate is still in the name of this Chinese, we will file the necessary actions, escheat or reversion. Then, kung eto po, pag nasa pangalan na to ng mga Filipino individuals, cured na po yan, pero subject po sa possible administrative or criminal actions sa mga involved, including mga government officials, if there's any.
Okay. Sir?
Yun lang.
Okay. Sir. May dalawang tanong lang po ako. No? Yung unang-una ay ilang mga Chinese po yung nasa listahan ho natin na binigay po natin dyan sa OSG. Pangalawa, pwede ho bang pakidescribe kung itong binabanggit ho na mga lupain o property, pwede na ho bang makabuo ng isang munisipyo o lungsod sa laki ng mga property na pinag-uusapan po natin? Salamat po.
Ang aming estimate, thousands of hectares eh. Ito nga nandito, we do not have the final figure, pero kung babasihan natin yung number ng titulo na na-acquire, no? Na ilipat sa pangalan ng Chinese national or hindi kaya doon sa kanyang korporasyon na nirehistro, lumalabas ito, umaabot to sa mga 300 hanggang 400 na titulo. So if you estimate that each title would have at least a hectare of land, so doon lang sa isang tao, sa isang korporasyon, meron na silang estimated 4 hanggang 500 hektaryang lupa sa isang kumpanya lamang yon. So tama yung sinabi ni Attorney Ocampo that they will study this, initiate the SCHIT proceedings, kasi if ever we recover this, it has to be recovered in favor of the national government. Kasi nga, merong fraud na nangyari. Bumili sila ng lupa, all these properties are fraudulently acquired. I don't know kung ano yung purpose. Yung iba, ang ginawa nila, nagtayo sila ng mga warehouses, nagtayo sila ng ibang negosyo, and possibly, no, kung nakalusot ito, baka nagkaroon na naman ng Pogo Hub dyan sa mga lugar na yan.
And siguro in addition, Mr. Chairman, kasi we have to be expedite yung lahat ng issues pertaining to the properties that were owned by the Chinese people pretending to be Filipinos. Si Secretary Lucas Bersamin issued a preservation asset na kung saan doon sa asset preservation doon sa Banban na kung saan nakapreserve yung asset po nila para hindi na mabenta. Now, sana yun nire-request natin sa Solicitor General to coordinate with the Executive Secretary in order to have to issue agad yung ating asset of preservation while they are doing yung mga documentary documents that need to be done para makapag-issue sila ng mga preservation of those all assets, no. Maganda yung ginawa po ni Secretary Lucas Bersamin. Sana magawa din po ng ating Solicitor General.
Chairman?
Yes,
May I? Anyway, doon po sa number of Chinese personalities involved, ang most prominent, of course, is Eddie Tayang and Willie Ong. But in those corporations mentioned, particularly Sunflare, which is based in San Simon, Pampanga, and Empire 999, which is based in Mexico, Pampanga, if not all, most of those incorporators are Chinese. Now, in the case of properties, sabi nga ni OSG kanina, na-cured, there are one case, no? Isang case po, property of Eddie Tayang, in which it was claimed to be his residence in Mexico, Pampanga, and it was bought by a certain Rodingo. But when he was invited during the hearing, in good faith, he bought that property, and he's very much willing to cooperate po doon sa process, legal process with regards to those properties. No? Isang property lang naman po yun. And we hope that some of those properties are still nakabitin po. No? That's why we have to move fast so that all those properties will be reverted back to the government. Thank you po.
Okay, we'd like to acknowledge also the presence of our Deputy Speaker, J.J. Suarez. Good morning, DSJJ. So,
Sir.